Here we go. So now we've started the recording. So just to sort of do that in reverse, so you know how to do it, all you have to do is LMS Training, and we want to move that. So it's the right-hand blue arrow. We'll put it back into the SME area, paste. So it's removed from here. Then we go back, and it should be in the SME review area. So that was just for the benefit of the recording. What I'll do, I'll make this recording available to you so you can go in slow time and see you can do things. And there it is there, and we'll just move it back to where we want to put it. Move and into the training area. Now, obviously, we'll have to inform Sam because I think Sam was working in there as well. What I'll do as well is just put that up there and highlight in this recording that URL so you know where to find all the media. And I think you will need to register an account. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, your account there. So I'm logged in. And you can see there's all sorts of stuff in there. I just sort of want to pull there. Oh, I think this is quite interesting. So if you put in the search bar the NTTC, you will see last year's NTTC.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen that before, but as we scroll along, so that's the 1-star. Mark does an introduction, and then you've got Legins, who's the ACOS, and then everyone has their bit. But that's might be quite useful for you to see because I think in your last week we're having the NTTC. This was online. The one we're having is a hybrid, so we'll be going to the Founders Inn in Virginia Beach, and I'm sure Chem, who is organising that event, will involve you both with the planning and having something to do actually at that event as well. So this will give you sort of insight into that. Okay, so that's the server. You can go into that in your own time this morning, this afternoon, up to you, and go and do that. So what I'm going to do next is go back into the training area, because what I want you to do, or what I wanted to show you, is how we upload course content. So generally, the way it works is the customer approaches us and say, okay, we've got our area within JADL. We want to build a course for that. So they approach Andreas. He's the sort of oversight of everything. He agrees. Then it's the course developers, which include Christy, come together with the multimedia people, Renee and Anna, and then they build a course together with the SMEs of that particular organization. Let's say, for instance, cultural awareness. And between themselves, so this is cultural awareness, and what I'll do is upload the course. I've got a zip filed on my computer to your area. But what they do then is, and it could be a period dependent on how complex the course is, they will draw all the information out of the SMEs, how they want that information and key points put to the students of the audience, and build the course. Now that could be in a variety of ways, and there are certain levels of course, and I don't want to sort of delve too much into the different areas that you'll be learning next week with Christy, but she will tell you the different levels of course and complexities involved with those courses using Rise, Articulate, or any of the other sort of course building software systems, and go back and fro with the SMEs. And at the end of it, they've got a course, and in this case, well, you know what a course looks like, but they will sort of run this through a various sort of filters until they're happy, and the last filter will be me, loading the course onto the system and making sure that it works properly on the system. Obviously, there's nothing more frustrating than coming to the end. So this is where I use my user accounts to go in and, as a user, make sure that as I'm going through the course, or get all these ticks. Usually these are green. In this case, they're not. And at the end, it creates a certificate. And that's what most of the people or audience want to have when they finish a course. Certificate to prove to their hierarchy that they've attended and done that course. So if we just rewind, I'll just close out of that. Cultural awareness. So this is something that Andreas last night said he wanted you to do as part of your ever-growing course itinerary. So I know you're sort of plodding your way currently through the NSO course, through the different modules, and do that at your own time. And in the background, all those other different courses, Introduction to NATO, which I know I think you've completed. Obviously, the security course.
I completed all like the newcomers ones, so like the introduction,
Right.
to NATO, then the integrity one, and the gender perspective one.
Excellent. Well, that's good. And building integrity, that might be a useful one. I'll show you where that was. What I'll do, I'll load these courses into your area. Excuse me. And that securities course, did you manage to send verification to that NCIA rep?
Oh yeah, that's what I also just wanted to ask you. Is that obviously I've already done it, but I wasn't too sure like what the email address was supposed to be.
Right. What I'll do is I'll jump onto my work computer in a break, and then I'll send the details that you've done. Well, I can see it on the system, so I will just send them that you have done the security course. So this is in the tile format, as we talked about earlier in the week, and in here is the drop-down menu as you would have had if it was in the list format. And in here is the settings, and it's got all the different settings for the course. Obviously, it's online. It tells you when it was updated. In the description, it's got the presentation of learning module where it opens a new tab. This is all pretty much self-explanatory. Obviously, we've gone with a tile image on that, or the person did, the course owner. Obviously, we're just the hosts. And then all the SCORM options. So this is why all of those different programs have the SCORM, or you produce the course at the end with the SCORM in it, because that tracks all the learners' data, which is important because you get the ticks at the end and know when people have passed, in progress, or not even started. So RTE settings, this is something that sort of caught us out recently, because we're very much at the mercy of our browsers, and browsers seem to be a constant bugbear, and dependent on which browser you use, depend how well the course works. Firefox seems to be the one with the that is most stable, and works very well with our courses. Microsoft Edge and Chrome, we had this checked, this button here checked, and went through a period of time when the courses wouldn't even start. It would just be a please wait message, and it would just not even start, or the course wouldn't even start. And it was through a lot of sort of background activity of us trying to fault find, much like you saw yesterday with the RFS tool, that we found out it was just this box being checked that was causing a conflict with the browser.
Okay.
So we had to go through all the courses and ensure that wasn't checked. So all this does is prevent from logging out automatically, which the system does anyway. So we uncheck that, and since the courses, touch wood, have been working, which is good. And then all these we just leave in the default position. And So that is the settings of the course. Obviously, the learning progress, we can see who has done the course. Tracking data, we can go into that, and as we did with some people, we can modify, remove that tracking data. For instance, if you need to pass a course and you take it twice and fail it twice, and then it will not allow you to take that course again, we can go into that course, remove your data, and allow you to take it a third time, hopefully pass. So what I want to do is just go into this is the actual files of the course. So in preparation for the major upgrade from 5.4, which we're currently in, to 6.7, I think is the aspiration, or it could be actually 7, which is a major upgrade. I had to download all of the zip files. So if ever you have to download a course, you go into this one, the zip file, you can see that it's the only one in there with zip at the end of it, .zip, and download it, which I've done already, and it's on my desktop. Okay, so that's how you find the course, the actual course content. Now, there's 2 places where you've got settings. There's here, actually in the course, and there's here. There's here, which is the actual SCORM module content in here. Okay, so it can be a little bit confusing, but make sure if anything to do with the content is in this one here and not the course up here. For instance, to illustrate that again, if I go into settings here, there's a certificate here. So there's a certificate if you pass the course, and it's activated there, and you can see in all those settings there. But also, there is a certificate available within the SCORM file.
Oh, okay.
And this is not active. So you can imagine when I took over and a couple of months in, if these are both active, then this is pumping out the wrong course image, and it just becomes a bit messy. And it's so that's something you've got to watch, because often within the course folder, which this is, there will be several modules. So this might not be the only one. There could be cultural awareness survey or cultural awareness test, and you've got to pass all of those to get the certificate in the overall folder, this one. So that's why we do all our certificates from here, from the actual sort of course folder or the classroom. So look at this as the classroom, and these are the classes within that classroom. Okay, so that kind of illustrates it. So what we're going to do now is go to your page or your area, which is LMS Training, in here, and I'm going to upload a course from my computer desktop. So all I do is go to the Add New Item, Learning Module SCORM. Okay, so we don't use course. We go to the Learning module, and this has to be 1.2.
Okay.
1.2.
But what's the difference?
Right, it's SCORM 4 or 2004 is older, and it's not as compatible with the Ilias version that we have at the moment. So it's just an older version, effectively. So there are courses on Ilias, on JADL, that are 2004, and they are quite notorious in not working properly. So that's why we use 1.2. So there's the zip file, which is on my desktop. I open that, and as you can see, it's there, and then import. So import that course, and it should come up with green in a minute. It's thinking about it. As you can see here, this is like the old world system going around, buffering, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I can see 2 mouses right now. Oh no, it's mine. Oh.
It's early, Emily. It's early. Okay. So what I've got
Sorry,
on this side, which you can see as well, this is the my user account. So not to confuse you. So I've got my user account on, I think, Edge, and I'm using Chrome for my admin account. So the score module here, learning module is been added, and I could view it. I'm not going to. I know what it is. I'm going to put that online, and I go down here. What we used to do was check that. We're not going to. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check that and show you, because I know I'm on Chrome, and show you what I was talking about it not working. Then I'm going to go back into your area, and as you can see down here now, you've got cultural awareness as you're in a learning resources tab, which is sort of generated itself. Now, as I go into this course, it shouldn't work. As you can see up here, please wait. And that's what a lot of the people were seeing, only with Chrome and Edge. So it was getting quite frustrating. So then, after a lot of fault finding, we went to the settings, unchecked this, press save, and I'm glad it was just that just that simple, and it worked, as you can see here.
Oh yeah. Odd.
Yeah, really odd. And then, so what we'll do is, in your own time, you can introduce some courses. In fact, I'll put some courses in here that might be quite useful for you and that you can do in your own time. Obviously, I know you've got your courses that you've got done already, so it'll be. In fact, let's just do one quickly. Let's do another one. Let's go to, so again, to search for any course, magnifying glass, and 336. And I know there's different versions of this. I don't know what that is there. So I can see that this looks like is that French? Yeah.
It's Spanish, I think.
That's Spanish, and this is Russian, I think. Is that Russian? But we want, and there's French there. But we want the English one, which is here. So this is the Building Integrity Awareness course. Now you can do it from there, but what I'm going to do, just to make it easier, is just to show you and illustrate how we do that again. Go into the settings, list files, find the zip file. So this is BI English, Building Integrity English.zip. And I can see that it is the main file because it's the largest, and download. And that'll take a little bit of time, as you can see up here. Boom, done. I'll go back to your area, and I want to add a new course. Change that to 1.2, select file, downloads, and okay, let me do that again. It's not, oh, there it is, just as I clicked off it. And Building Integrity English, open, and import. So that will then import that course SCORM package into your area, and then that is another course that you can attempt and do. But now, so the difference now, so I'm going to make that online. In fact, let's make it offline. Have you got the capability to log into Jaddle at the moment?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you logged in? Are you logged in?
Yes.
So if you go into your area and have a look, you should be able to see this, yeah?
No, it's not there.
It's not there. Okay, that's because I've got it here as status offline. So to make that online, all I do is settings, online, press save. Then all you will need to do is refresh your browser, and then you will be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right. So now, if you do these courses now and these are isolated, you will not be able to get a certificate because it's a SCORM file. So that's when you would use this. Settings, go into the certificate, and then, you know, build it out here. So I'm going to make that active for you. Background image, I'm going to leave as that. Certificate text, I'm just going to put any old thing in that. Let's put Emily Hacker. There we go. We'll see if that works. It probably won't. And is this cultural awareness? Yeah. I'm just going to preview that and see what that looks like. Okay.
Yay! Oh no.
Oh, but your name's up here. So what there is in there is a little. Yeah, I'll show you. I'm just trying to think of a course, in fact, that has a certificate like this, which has all the metadata in there. Let me have a think. Let's go to. Oh, who's this? Excuse me, I just got a phone call. Hello, Mark speaking.
Hey, Mark. Good morning.
Yeah, good, thanks. How you doing, Ryan?
Good. Hey, quick question for you. What are the permissions needed for someone to get access to this review?
Yeah. I mean, if you give me that email address, I can give them permissions. There's a SME review area admin, and that gives them the ability to look into this. So if you just, who is it that wants to? All right, let me just quickly find him. I've got I'm doing work with Emily at the moment, who's listening in. We're on GoToMeeting. Okay, let me just find him. No, it's fine. So this is a good lesson, actually. So Emily, I've got Ryan on the phone who's asking me to add Grassen. So GR, oh yeah, got him. And you want him added to the SME area. Okay, no problem. I'll do that right now. Is he there with you? Right, okay, let me just go to the SME area. And then permissions. And then user assignment, Grassen. So you're seeing quickly on the fly now, Vincent added. Right, he should be able to get in there now. Just check there. I mean, if you've got, is he logged in now, or yeah, I suppose you can do it later. Right, yeah. So he can go into the system now. All right, cheers, Ryan. No problem. Bye. So you can see, well, that was Ryan. He was asking for this character here, Vincent Grassen, to have access to the SME area.
No.
So now he has. Awesome. Right, that was a good little working thing. What were we doing? Certificate. Right, let's try to find somewhere where there's a certificate with that. Okay. Let me think. In fact, it's course catalog. So this has got all the courses, and I can quickly see NSO. Let's try this one. Boom. Go in here, settings, go in there, certificate. Oh no, they haven't done it either. Bother. Oh bother. Right, okay, let's try here, certificate. Right, they've got it in there, but it's not the same certificate. So let's see, let's go back. Let's try this one here, settings, certificate. Oh, there it is there. So all this HTML here, I'm going to grab that, copy, go back to your area. In fact, it was here, wasn't it? Cultural awareness. And it was in there, that certificate. And
yeah.
Remember, your name just appeared in the top left corner. What I'm going to do now is paste all that gobbledygook in there. And then that should, hopefully, when I save it and preview it, it will come up with something a bit more sensible. So the name would appear here, course title, and then the date under here. In fact, that course title is a little bit too close to here. So I can affect that by just going into the HTML. And this is just space here. So I'm just going to copy that and then paste that in there. And then you'll see that hopefully course title will move down a little bit because it was a bit too close to the other words. Preview it. And there you see it's just it's more centered in the middle, not so close to that. Now you can affect the font as well to make this a little bit bolder. I won't do that now, but that will mean after you've finished the course, you will have a certificate at the end of it. Or else you can go to where the course actually is and get the proper certificate. It's up to you. But that's sort of gives you a little bit of the certificate settings in there. And these all are quite, all the settings are default apart from the image. If you change this image, for instance, on a lot of the new courses, so we'll go back to, let's go back to building integrity. So I'll go into the folder rather than the SCORM file. And then here you will see the certificate, because it's a different format. This is different as well. And settings. So that's something to watch. And we've got that on a template that we apply to the different certificates. So as you can see, when we, in fact, let's see if I can, no, I won't do that. But if you preview that, then, that will show you how the certificate will look with a new template. It's got the font and everything else. It's a little bit cleaner design. So that was just sort of illustrate certificates. Right, what I'll do now, what was I going to do? In fact, because I clicked on it and you probably had a little sneak peek of it, right, this is the new design. So let me just move this over and compare it to the old design here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's good, isn't it? So this is all Renee's work. So replacing this over here, Jadl, and on there as well, we've got a top 10 visited courses feature, and as you sort of scroll along, it sort of highlights, which I think is a wonderful feature.
Yeah.
Rather than over here, oh, this is going to lock me out again, is just like a cold folder, boring structure. And then underneath there, we will have quick access links. So at the moment, we haven't got that. We've got this boring little frequency action, frequency ask questions. But up here, you've got browser test, course catalog, course catalog by the number, certificate issue help, questions, contact us. It just looks a lot more swept up than this. And then you've got the NATO command categories here, where before you had the folders. And then underneath that, you would have new courses on Jadl. So there was a lot of time, energy, and resources put into creating this. And, we'll have on here all links to ACT, social media sites. We are NATO, but I think you agree that looks a lot better than the current one. So we're going to roll this out, and we're having a meeting with NCIA, I think on the 27th of this month, and I'll take you along to that as well, so you can see how the relationship between us and NCIA works. And they're very forward-leaning. However, they're very security. They've got their main focus is not to introduce any bad actors or into the system with Jadl. Now, Jadl makes them nervous because it's open source, it's Ilias. So any sort of updates, plugins that we have needs to be verified and tested, penetration tested by NCIA before they're rolled out. And also because of the size of our user community as well, which is extending up to about 100,000 now. So with that amount of people and the information of that people, it becomes a bit of an issue sometimes. So you can see if we go into the user management, I think it's about 97,000 at the moment. There we go, 97,424. So by in a couple of months, that will hit the 100,000 mark. But again, like I was saying to you earlier in the week, that they're not all on the system at the same time. They sometimes just come on, do a course, and we don't hear from them again. And with the accounts, we kind of, after 3 years of inactivity, that they're deleted because and we've done it for 3 years because that's the normal term length of a military draft. So if we don't hear them for 3 years, then that's them done, and they'll have to have a new account. And as well, if they have completed courses and they say, oh, I completed that course 3 years ago, well, it will be that course will probably be outdated and have some new content because as courses sit on our system, they're in a continual cycle of getting refreshed and updated content just because of the relevancy. Because it's and if they're not, then the course is retired if they're not supported. And you can see, in fact, no, I can show you on my work computer next week. I'll show you sometime about all the courses we've got, and I think we've got just over 200. And within those courses, I would say about 20% of them are offline because they're not used. So when we move to the new server and upgrade with the new look, then we'll be looking to purge some of them courses out, and it'll give us an opportunity to sort of get rid of all the dead wood. Right, I've been. Have you got any questions? I suppose I should have.
No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm on full send here, so. Right, so the new channel design in there as well. What we're going to do is make templates for each of the main organizations. And one of the main organizations that we work with is NATO HQ. So we'll give them a template like this, and then they can, within the confines of that template, illustrate it how they wish and build the content in there how they wish. And I think that will, if you do that with all the areas, there's a bit of continuity there. And when new users go from different organization to say NATO HQ goes to ACO, they will have the same format as well. I'm not sure if so, and it all has the same format there, as you can see. And that's what we're going to introduce just at the level. And then below those levels, they can do whatever they want. And ETFs, so this is all the NSO will be in there as well. And what we got, the COEs. Okay, so you can see it's all very similar. And this is, and currently, if you were going on the system we've got at the moment, folder structure, very boring. In fact, if we go into that NATO HQ, looks like that, just full of folders, and you could easily just get for a user going into that, it's not very visually attractive compared to this. And then you go in there, and there's a little bit of introduction there, and then you can go into the different areas of the NATO HQ. Where here, it's just a list of courses. Okay, so that's what we want to try to sort of roll out, hopefully this year. And this meeting on the 27th of July with NCIA is the sort of background activity that's needed to do for them to upgrade and move servers. So the current aspiration is to have the old Jaddle up at the same time as the new Jaddle, and for us to migrate all of those users across to the new Jaddle and have them both up at the same time in a period probably of around 2 months, and keep warnings on the old Jaddle of, okay, this will be discontinued on this date and you'll have to move over and all your content will be deleted. And then I think you will see, and this is my sort of, I think we will see that number of 97,000 go right down to about 30,000 people. And then we'll have to start growing again, because I think it's just going to purge a lot of people. And I think that would be good. I think that will be a good thing, because then we'll have a more current perspective of what and who is using Jaddle. So, and I think over a period, and it's been going since I think Jaddle since 2008. So this would be a good period for that, just to have a clean sheet, if you like. So that's the aspiration. So yeah, and then so that was a little sort of look, and then you can talk to Rennie about this next week. And this might influence how you want to, or how we want to do our NSO course. Now, I don't know if you've got any ideas of it already. I haven't. I'm not even given much thought to it. But what we'll do, let me just find it quickly. So NETFs, NSO, and the course itself here. So we want to, this part of it, the 2021 course, which will be done at, and I don't know, have this a little bit more. No, I mean, this is good. This is good, but we want to sort of put our own stamp on it. You know, we could still keep all this, and of course, we need to keep NSO informed because it's their course. And Paul, I think this was Paul's idea here. And all these little characters as well. We can.
They were good. I liked them.
Yeah. So I mean, that was. I think Ryan designed all those. Thankfully, I wasn't one of those characters. I don't think there'd be room on the page. But no, it's. We could keep that and do that and sort of update it, or have people rather than cartoons. I don't know. Just have a think about it and have that on your back burner for ideas of how we can sort of do this a little bit different or the same. And then as you go into each of the areas, I mean, you've gone to university, you know how Blackboard works. I'm not sure, or you know, you probably use Elias, don't you, in university?
As well, but mostly as well also MS Teams. So
MS Teams, okay. So what we'll do, we'll have a think about how we want to do with that, and then go from there. So back to, so this is again the boring side of the work, if you like. So inactive, and I know our team over in Europe have been working on that. We've got 14 people trying to get in, so I'm going to let this guy in because I recognize the forces.gc.ca is Canada, and there they are a big user of Jaddle. So let them in there. And what I'll do, I'm just going to pause there. Have you got any issues, any problems, any questions? Are you quite happy?
I'm happy.
You're happy, right? Okay. Well, what we'll do, we'll take a little break there up until 10:30. In fact, I'll stop the recording, and then we'll return at 10:30 and go from there. Let me just stop sharing my screen. Right. Happy? I get a bit bored with my own voice there, so let me start my recording. You are recording. Excellent. Okay, so on the home page on the left of my Jaddle admin account, and what I'm just going to go through are these different folders and what what's in them and what we use them for. And I've already shown you what we're looking to do on the new site, just to tidy this up a bit, because I think this, although aesthetically it's not very visually appealing to a user, I think in the new site what we're trying to achieve will be. And then, as I've already mentioned, what we'll do is put these two course modules in a course container, and then give you the admin rights of that course container, and then the admin to the cultural awareness course, and then a tutor rights to the NATO building integrity course. And then you can understand what different permissions those roles give you. So that is the plan. Okay, so this is something not of my design. This is someone's interpretation of how JADL is, how NATO is structured within JADL. And so you can see here we've got the NATO command structure entities, and we'll go into each of these, and I'll try to explain, because I didn't organize this structure, what the person was trying to achieve. So NATO command structures, so these are the sort of big pillars of NATO in the alliance. And of course, we've got a shape here, the NATO HQ. And within there, and you've already seen with the new website, what we're trying to do is organize them into a particular template, both for continuity and not just for the user, but I think for us as well, so we can help manage those areas. So normally what we do, these organizations reach out to us. We want an area, a learning area within JADL. So we would sort of build them a skeleton site and have a picture of that organization, a little bit about them, and then start introducing sort of sub areas or sub sites within those areas, and then of course courses, which we're all here to do. And as you can see here, they've got the sub sites, which is international military staff, and as you can see, again in there is another folder container with all the courses, and within those courses modules. But again, there's no sort of continuity to it, and that's what we're trying to organize on the next uplift, but we'll keep harping on about that. And over here, what's useful to have is contacts. You can also find the contact information up here in the info, and it defaults to us as the JADL administrator, so that's our sort of group email account, but you can affect that, and I'll show you how to do that when we do the admin and tutor part in a minute. So international military staff, international staff, okay, I don't know how they differ, but there we go. You've got the single salary spine. So this looks to me, okay, all the international civilians, and there's an application there where they can have a look at their pensions and how much the money, and I suppose that opens something else somewhere else as it is there. And they can put, yeah, so you can see that it's not just for learning. There's sometimes stuff in there that organizations or JADL can host other than learning materials. Obviously, you just saw an example of that with the single salary spine calculator. And of course, all their courses. And you see they've split their courses down into several different areas. This one, security, so everything to do with security. And then they've done it again, but French version, excuse me. They've got, obviously there's two NATO languages, French and English. And this is to sort of help those French speakers out within the organization. Now, I know for a fact that SHAPE or NATO HQ tend to use NS predominantly, but here is where they do their training. Cybersecurity. So this course, 355, gives us issues. I'll just go into it quickly. And and I'll show you for why. Because in the learning progress and settings, I've had to you see, to pass a course, you have to pass a collection of items, and this used to be the case that you had to do the feedback and the additional user information to pass the course. But more often than not, the user in his infinite wisdom goes into that course, just does the course, and doesn't do any of this sort of side work that has been asked for them to do. And then they complain to us, me, at Channel Admin level, that I didn't get my certificate. Well, it says there in the content that you are to complete all the mandatory steps 1, 2, and 3 in order to complete the course fully. If this is done, you will not be able to download a completion certificate. Now, even with that warning message that people just skim read and go straight to the content, there was still a lot of people not completing the course. So all I did was just go into learning progress, and I just deactivated the feedback and the user information, because after you finish a course, they move on to the next item on their agenda and don't think about doing the feedback. So that was sort of just going down that little rabbit hole of part of my job as an admin, trying to figure out both the system and the humans who work the system, and with humans, as always, comes issues. Okay, so we'll go back to, so a quick way to get to each of the areas is where you just see I've clicked at the top here, and as you drill in down into the areas, you can see here at the top, you can quickly go back to 1 up or 2 levels up in the menu tree, depending on where you go. So I'll go into disappear down into the single salary spine. Okay, not interested in that. And rather than backing out of there, you can go straight to NATO HQ there. So that's just a sort of another added feature for you. And in there, as we go along, cybersecurity accreditation program for managers. So within their area, they've just sort of divided it into different places, and they would direct their staff onto those particular areas. NATO partner countries. Okay, so JADL isn't just open to NATO audience, it is also open to the partner countries as well, which is important to know, especially in my job, because as people are trying to access the system, and us, or me as a warden of that system, needs to understand that that person is from a friendly nation within NATO or a partner nation. So NATO, you know, you need to have an understanding of who is a partner. And if you're under any sort of, let me just see, we are NATO. If you go to We Are NATO, this is where you can find all that information. And as that's loading, it's been a bit slow here. This is shouldn't be. I think it's because all my family are on their Wi-Fi, and that's a bit too slow. Let me have a look. See if there's any quicker here. We are now. Oh, why is that coming up with all that Arabic? I don't know. Okay, so let's close that down. Let's bring that over. So this here is obviously NATO website, and this was part of our plan with the new website to sort of have a little bit of continuity with, you know, wider NATO and the alliance. And I don't know if you've been there. So here, how many member states are there? And you can watch a small video there. And I think in there is included the partner nations. Obviously, this is outdated now. I think we're 30 now. That's true, isn't it? I think we're 30.
I think we are 30, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
with all the partner countries together, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just squeeze that down. Move that over. Oh, it's just decided to open now. I'll close that. but yeah, it's let's close this. Let's close that. Where was I? Here. So as you can see, all the different areas have their own way to organize their areas. So that's the NATO HQ. We'll pop back out of there, and then, as we say, go back to the using that menu bar at the top. ACO, Allied Command Operations. And this is where I think our new Chief of Staff has come from. And then in there again, you've got the sort of picture second, and this sort of little blurb about that ACO above it. And obviously in the last one, it was different. So this is where we're trying to sort of organize it in a more continuous way, so it looks all the same. And within there, you've got Supreme Headquarters. There, it's got a little bit about them, and obviously links to all their social media sites. So you know how to do that through their web links.
Yeah.
Jaddle instructions. I'm not sure if you've seen that. Let's just open that quickly. So this is how to use Jaddle, and this is available, and they've got that there. I can show you where that is. In fact, let's copy that and move that to your area, which is, let me think, was it in here? Training. There. So anything that you like or see around the area, you can go in and then move it in there.
Okay.
And there it is. You see. So if you're in and around Jaddle and you see anything you like, copy it. Yeah, I don't think you'll have the ability to move it. In fact, I'm not sure if you have that ability.
Yeah, well, I can still download it, so I don't mind.
Yeah, you can download it and do it that way.
Yeah.
And move it into your area. But yeah, that was just to sort of show you how to do that. And then within there, you've got all the different comms. So you've got Aircom, Landcom, Marcom. And then you've got the different JFCs there, the 3 operational level commands. And again, in there, and we'll just go into that. That's a bit boring. And then we'll go into the next one, see what they've done. So they clearly don't know they've got a page on there. So in this case, it might be worth reaching out to them and saying, hey, Naples, you know you've got an area on Jaddle, and then explain to them a little bit and then invite them in to sort of develop that area. And Joint Force Command Norfolk, who are the new command that's just stepped up, and you can see that, you know, that they're a little bit more active in there. So it's you could even lever Naples by saying, hey, look what your partner command has done, and perhaps you may think about doing something similar or not. You know, up to them. It depends how they want to use it. But and you know, it's not our job to go out and advertise Jaddle. It's a learning management system. We're there to host it, but it doesn't hurt either. I mean, I think the more the merrier. Get them in there. It's a fantastic resource and something that, you know, will be useful for them, we hope. And here you see that straight away they've tried to make it a bit more interesting by using tiles rather than the list format. Okay, I'm not sure. This must be airborne related stuff. I mean, we can go into there. Oh, they really like those tiles. And annual flight line diagnosis training. You see, this is just me being a bit curious or nosy.
Yeah.
Just seeing what's in there, and it's one of those things you build it for them, and then, you know, it's up to them how they manage those areas. So that's ACO. We'll go back there, and obviously this is ACT. This is us, and this is probably the one that you'll be most familiar with and use. And up there will be the headquarters, our headquarters. But we also have under us the JALC, the Joint Force Training Center in Bydgoszcz, Poland, and the Joint Warfare Center. So JFTC we have quite a lot to do with. They've run the NATO mission Iraq, the pre-deployment training, as you can see there, and they have got a guy there, Marius, who we support to do that, and it is quite a big event, and it's something that they've done I think this year for the first time virtually because of COVID. So before they went to Iraq, they would go in here and do all their training online. And yeah, this is something that's worked quite well.
I'm General Tolman. I'm the commander, JFC Bronson.
There you go. And he looks like a German.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, he looks very German.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can clearly see that. So, but yeah, that's so if you want to go and see, have a look in there, and you can see where they have really taken it upon themselves to make that not just a learning resource, but an operational capability now where we're supporting operations through them training their soldiers online through our portal for operations. So, I mean, it's quite a big thing. Centers of excellence. Obviously, I pitched to these a couple of weeks ago. So I built this page, and this is, so there are around, I think 29 accredited COEs. One is trying to get accredited currently. And so we have 18 of them, I think. So, yeah, so we have 18 and we want to get the rest of the 12. So I was invited to speak by, in the studio, we did a VTC, much like you saw the Chief of Staff do yesterday, with the heads of all the centers of excellence. As you can see there, 28, I think it's 30 now too, waiting to get accredited. In fact, it's in here. So the COE catalog, it escapes me which ones are trying to get accredited. It's not important, but in here it will tell me. And one of them on the back of that pitch came back and said, "Hey, listen, saw that, we like the idea, and oh look, 26 accredited with 2 under development. Okay, so 28 in total. So we're trying to get the rest into Jaddle, so we can, or so they can use Jaddle for whatever they wish to. So why is this not working? So COEs, and as you know, we've discussed with those different areas, we're going to come up with a template. I don't think we've done that so far, but in each of those, I just go into the website, drag out the website, small videos, pictures, so it's familiar to those COE members when they go into there. Oh, right, okay, this is us. And then they can start building it. As you can see, there's quite a few courses. Give them admin rights of those different areas, and then they can sort of build it or not use it as they wish. So that's all those different centers of excellence. And they sit outside NATO. They're sort of SME environments which are funded by the nations.
Oh, okay.
And okay, so let's go back. Oh, where are we going here? Where have I gone? JFTC. Have you been to JFTC Poland? Oh no, in Poland.
No.
And in fact, let's go back here again. So we were drilling into here. NATO Command Structure's got as far as here, and then if we go, so I explained all these gender perspectives. So all these are relative to these, but stuff that are just relevant to us as a headquarters are in here. So budget and finance, there's travel training. Obviously, that's not as popular as it was because we're not traveling currently. COTAR, dealing with contractors like myself, a course on that. Security course, so the annual security course. This will be developed further this year. Christophe Leviel, who is the sort of head of security downstairs, or the CIS, is looking to, rather than having one course done once a year, to have several elements spreading over that year to sort of develop a culture rather than a one hit, go in, conduct the course, and then that's you done, just to keep people's minds on security. Iron Key, so that's people around the headquarters. There's certain personnel that have the ability to drag content from the NATO secret onto the NATO unclassified. So there's a course that they must do before they have that capability, because obviously security is an issue, and that's why it's under the security. Cultural awareness, so we dragged that into your area this morning. Internet geography, that's quite an interesting course. I'll put that into your area, so copy, and that might be worth doing in your own time. Oh, what happened there? I did it wrong. Let's go back. Where was it? Internet geography. Click it down, copy, and then your area, and then paste. What are we doing there? Copy. In fact, yeah, just copy that one. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try. Oh, you see that? No, that's useful. That works. So that kind of, right? No, that didn't work. Go back to the home page. Boom, and here we are. So all you do there is just go back into where we were and figure out what's going on. So I wanted to move this course. Sorry, copy the course. So I went into it. I want to put it into your area. Continue. I'm going to press that. Maybe that's right. So what I'm going to do now in that case is go back to your area, which is training, LMS training. So there's another different way that we can do this, is add new item. So I want to add in there a course reference. So this will give me the ability to grab a link from that course. So I want to select, and I know that it is in here, Allied Command Transformation, and within Allied Command Transformation, headquarters, and then go and you sort of drill down, and there it is there, ADO 034, and select, create, and then that's added to your area. So that's just another way that we can do that, and you can see that there. It appears here in courses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there's more than one way to skin a cat sometimes. So that was useful. It didn't work with that copy and paste, but we found a different way to do it, and then we can just quickly to see if it works. And yeah, there we go. Okay, that's just showing me that as an admin that I've completed that, because I did the function test for that. But there we go. That was, I think, useful just to show you how you can do different things. If it fails one way, there's always a different way. This is quite good. Effective coaching and mentoring. Let's see if that will copy across. Continue. No, it didn't.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's okay. Let's go back here and go back into the newcomer training, which I think you've attended anyway. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've done the TRICARE and the Virginia State Police.
Oh no, I mean that must still come. I mean the newcomers training is like I think the 27th of July or so.
Oh, is it? Okay. So you see, right, this is the please wait message we're seeing here. So all I go to do to go into that to make that work is the settings. And if you can remember this one here, you see it's checked. This pesky little check mark there. So save that, and then we can go back.
So odd that this little check mark affects everything. Like.
Yeah. And I'm just, while we're here, just going to check. I think it's just the video of the local police chief. Yeah, Virginia State Police. But and this is work that Anna's done. She's the video guru. So she does it. And I think this was well, no, I'm sure this was filmed in our studio. Okay, so that's quite. Oh, there you go. I'll let you watch that in your own time. So there's and let's see if I can copy just that part and put it into your area. I think that might work. Paste. Yeah, so that's in there. I'll put that online for you. So there's a little bit of a, in your area, you will have that now. Let's just see. Yeah, so you got a copy of it there. As you can see, this is all building up now, isn't it? Your learning resources and all the rest of it. So go back into HQ SACT, continue down. So this is all the sort of stuff pertaining to our area. So we'll go back into NCS, and that completes that sort of area. And then, if you go back to courses, so the home page, and then you'll see it here. So that was the first one. Now I won't go down each one and explain, because it will just take too long, and it'll probably be boring for you. But what what might be useful for you is to go in at your own pace and understand all the different areas. And it took me a couple of weeks to, if someone said to me, go into the NCIA area, I wouldn't know to go into NATO agencies first. So I was clicking all over the place. So it might be worth going in there and just seeing where everyone is, and in your own time. But having explained the first, you get an idea of how they're all organized. So yeah, we've got a partner nation. I'm not sure why Germany or Italy or any of these. I think, or Sweden's the only partner, I think. And international non-governmental, okay, nothing much in there. And of course for special audience. So this upgrade we're doing soon will be an opportunity for us to sort of have a clean house and all this area. So SME review area. So that's the area that we allowed access to Vincent this morning after that phone call with
Ryan.
Correct. And we can go in there and just have a look and see if he's been in there. Let's probably user assignment, and then we can see, yeah, Vincent's in there. And now I can go in as an admin and just see. In fact, let's just do that quickly and see if he's logged in recently. So that says to me that he's been in there, had access, and okay. So he's legal, so he's probably in there looking at a legal course. So last login, obviously this time is Europe time, so 15:51. Our time will be 5 hours or 4 hours, I think. So I can see that, yeah, so I can see he was in there a couple of hours ago. Today, 15:51, yeah. Okay, so where were we? Let's go back. So yeah, that was all the different areas. So we've explained that, and then I'll let you at your own pace go into those different areas and explore. And I think that's the best way to kind of,
Oh yeah, just pick through.
Sort it
out. Can't ruin any settings, so we're fine.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have the permissions to do that. In fact, what I'll do, I'm going to let you share your screen, and then you can go in and just, so I can see what permissions you have and then where you've got access. So let me see how I can do this. Make you a presenter, okay, and then you should have something to click there and share your screen.
Yeah.
You can go in and.
1 second. Okay, let's try that.
Because I don't think you'll have the ability to copy or move, but you'll have the ability to download stuff on there and then move it that way. Oh, here, we've got someone else coming here. What's going on? Oh, we got two of you. Oh, and you're muted.
Okay, I'm confused. Okay.
Okay, so let me.
Right. Yeah, I can see me twice, but I mean, no, I can only see my name twice. I'm confused. Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so on the right-hand side, you should have the ability to share your screen.
Yeah, I have the button, but I can't click it.
All right, okay.
Might have to. I might rejoin again because. Yeah.
Let me just try this one thing. Okay. Try and see if that helps. Yeah, because I've got two of you now. What is that? You see?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I have to read as well.
Okay. Right. Well, that's not important, but
Oh no.
yeah. So I just wanted to see what sort of rights that you had. Okay. So we will continue. So what I was going to do is, let's move this. In fact, I'll have to do it on my admin area. So let's make this big and give it a bit of, right. So we'll go to your area on here, Emily's area. And then what I want to do is add new item, course. I'm going to call this course Emily's. Do you do IES or Y apostrophe?
No, that's right. That's right.
Emily's courses. So this is going to be your container, and then that's going to be online. Save that. And then we'll go back to your area, and then you will see it, which is, where is it? Emily's courses. Oh, there it is. So it's in your course area, which makes sense. So what we want to do, we want to drag some of these learning resources into there. So I'll show you how we do that. So we go into there. In fact, you can do it two ways. You can do it with drop down, or you can just open these courses, settings, and then just make sure all those settings are correct. And the content, now we want to drag some material into there. And let's do it. Sorting. Oh no, it's not sorting. I think it is settings. And I'm looking for materials. Oh, in fact, I think you might have to do it from this area. Let me just check. So in that course container, edit content, learning progress, settings, and no, that's not it either. What I'm looking for here is materials. Don't know where it is. Okay, right, we can do it that way. We go back out, back in again. And, okay. This is the course, and we want to add modules into that course. Content. Settings. Members. Oh, I'm a member of it. Learning progress. Settings. Wow, queer. I don't know where that. Oh, no, this is quite useful. This is the member view. So as an admin, you want to have a look to see how the members look, then that would be it. Right, okay. So let me just have a look. Cancel out of there. Emily's area. So another way we can do it, we can move them in. So we'll do it that way. Like that. I mean, that's simple. And as you can see, it's gone in there. Boom. But I'm sure there was a way that you can do it with the settings. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Okay, so we'll just move them all. Obviously, if you copy them, they would just be duplicated, so you don't want to do that. So we'll just paste them in. And that one there. Move into Emily's courses, boom, and that sort of tidies it up a little bit, and then we can move that one in there as well. So all your courses are in Emily's courses. And then you can drag your files in there as well. But and then in the settings, this is where things get a bit interesting in the learning progress. You can put, okay, to pass Emily's courses, you have to pass each one of these. So you can put that, and then status is determined by a collection of items. So you've got two ways to pass someone in the course. Either you can do it as a tutor or an admin, and you can choose force to pass, or it's done by a collection of items, which is automatic. It's upon the user to do that. So, for instance, we're going to do them three. See how those red check cross marks became green? So you only get a certificate now if you complete all these. But obviously within that, within the folder of Emily's courses, you will have to activate the certificate and do all the other governance that we did this morning. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just sort of showing you, you know, how to do that. So within the members, you can see, oh, Mark Sims, course administrator, he's not attempted. But I could go in there and pass him, save, and then that would show a green. It doesn't because I'm an admin, and it's although I should be invisible in the system, you can see me there. So to remove that person or me from the course, you will go into that area. Let's go back up. Emily's area, go to your courses. Now I want to have a clean course, so what I'm going to do is members, check on that, and then remove, execute. I need to split. Oh, there has to be at least one course administrator. So what I'm going to do, this is what I said I was going to do, make you a tutor and a administrator. So I'm going to find you on the system. Hacker, bump, add. So you will become that course. Now in here, I've got the ability to make you a course tutor, a course admin. I'll make you the course admin. So of that area, you are now the course admin. So then that will allow me then to remove myself. It just does like a final check, make sure, yeah, you want to remove them, and then you are in charge of that area now. And as I said before, because of that, okay, I am the owner, admin 5, but you watch now. If I were to make you, let's go back, Emily's courses. If I was to make you the tutor or tutorial support, so you're already the admin, but I'm going to give you tutorial support work, that will affect the info. So people will be like, oh God, I'm having problems with the course info, and it will give your details in there. So info, there it is there, see? Emily had tutorial support. And then they can send you a message on the system, or you can put your email details in there. Okay, so that's just illustrate that, and then you've got your 4 courses there. Just sort of tidy that up. Any questions? Any questions about that or anything that we've done?
No, it all sounds clear to me.
Okay, brilliant. It was so well explained that you've got no, yeah, you've got no questions at all. Awesome. Right. Join with course password. I think we've already gone over that. So if you want to make it password protected, just type your password in there. And then when users come onto that, they will be prompted with obviously a password to get in box. And then you would inform all your users by another medium email of what the password is, or join directly. or no self-enrollment, which means it's invisible to the rest of the user community, and or request membership. So again, you control the access. So although all these areas, we like to get when people build courses and approach us to help them build courses, we like to have it available for the rest of our users, when appropriate, because it just increases the user experience and the knowledge base and the reasons for why people want access to Jaddle. And if they password protected each of the areas, it wouldn't be as interesting in place, because you'd just be compartmentalized into your area and that's it. But I think the beauty of Jaddle is that you can go into different areas and see what other courses are in different areas. For instance, if you're moving from ACO to ACT, go in the area and you can complete their courses before you get there. So I mean that's one scenario, but there's plenty that makes it a worthwhile sort of platform. And yeah, so right, I think that's enough information for today. And unless you've got any questions or anything else you want to go over at all, Emily?
No, I think I got everything that you said. So
okay. So we've done quite a bit today. We sort of built your area as well with some courses that I think are quite interesting to you. Have a look around the system, go through those different areas, and have a look through them.
Yeah,
and, and what I'll do, I will upload these videos to Dropbox and send you a link to them, so they're available for you to just sort of go back and review. And yeah, I'm going to stop the recording there so we can speak informally.